I've had the opportunity to train professional athletes, celebrities, and the top 1%, both online and in person, as a personal trainer and online fitness coach. I've learned many things from just being around these type of high influential people, high net worth individuals. And today I'm going to talk about my top 5 things that I personally have learned and implemented into my own life from being around those individuals. So the first thing is that they keep their words to themselves. A lot of people that I know in society and even my friend circles, they will talk a lot, not learn from just simply listening and engaging in any conversation that they're around, and ask questions of people who are better off, more popular, or more successful than they are around them in their own circle. That is one of the first things that I immediately learned. All of these high net worth individuals and the successful athletes that I've trained, and even a lot of the celebrities, they look to people more intelligent than them, more well off than them, and more capable of networking than they are. They listen. They want to learn. They're hungry for knowledge because they know knowledge is the thing that's going to actually take them from their, whatever it is, point C to point D in their life, in their business, in their family, whatever it is. They put themselves around other people who are capable and gonna be able to help them thrive, which leads me to point number 2. They protect their environment. The environment around them, both what comes in their eyes, what they see every day, what they hear every day, which then leads them to what comes out of their mouth every day. That is an important thing that as humans, we have the God-given ability to craft around us every single day, to form our environment, pick who we want around us, pick who we want to listen to, what we want to see every day. There's so many things out there that can be a detriment to our day-to-day life that us, especially here in the US, we have the means and availability to actually decide what we want. And that is what high net worth people, celebrities and stuff, they are all about loyalty. They're all about productivity and people who talk the talk and walk the walk. Not individuals who promise and fail every time. They want people that are loyal to a T, which is both a good and bad thing, probably in the long run, especially high government officials and business individuals. But that is the thing that actually helped keep them sane as they continue to propel into more and more success. I've trained individuals like Phil Collins' family. I've trained pro athletes like Isaiah Johnson, who's now with the Miami Dolphins, Jelon Jones, who is now with the Cincinnati Bengals. And a lot of these guys are animals. They're workhorses. But it's also because of the people that have been placed around them through their upbringing and the networking that they have done throughout their adult life, and especially young adult life, that launched them into the careers that they're at now. So on to point number 3, they value health as an asset. Health is something that every single successful person that I've ever met, while they were becoming successful, and I'm going to note that particularly, while they were becoming successful, health was an asset. Whether they spent the $150, $200 a training session for an in-person trainer like me, whether they identified an online fitness coach, also like myself, that they put money into to receive a guided program that helped them along the way. And the reason I say that it was while they were in the process of becoming successful is because usually that's when people are most hungry and most humble enough to ask the questions, be sincere, see their weaknesses, and put money and time and energy into strengthening those weaknesses. Whereas there's two A-list celebrities that I'm not going to mention due to NDAs that I've trained that they do not care at all. And it was one of the saddest things, relationally, physically, mentally, they checked out. And these are older individuals that have attained the success, attained the fame, attained the money that only people can dream of that are normal in society like myself and you probably listening. But a lot of those people have no fulfillment in life. They're not successful in their heart. They're not successful in relationships presently. They may have been previously, but because of their success and fame, they turned into a whole different individual. Jim Carrey has a phenomenal quote that I'm going to batch a little bit, but he basically says, I wish everybody could become two things at least once in their lifetime: rich and famous. Rich because they will quickly realize that wealth does nothing for happiness. And famous because fame is something that is not to be glamorized. It's actually something that drowns out a person's real self. And that is what I've noticed with a lot of people around me that are both influencers, famous people that have a big number attached to their Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or A-list celebrities and professional athletes. Health is an asset, and many of them invest a lot of money into it. Obviously, pro athletes, they invest millions in the sports teams and organizations that they technically work for. They throw millions into them so that they can achieve a high level of success in what they are trying to achieve. Another thing, and the fourth thing that I'm going to cover, is they look long term. They are not focused on the short term. Any successful athlete long term in any type of professional sports league is not looking just for the month ahead, the year ahead. They're looking at investing into their physical body, their mental capability, their sharpness in the long run, because they know the majority of professional athletes, if they're intelligent, if the ones that are intelligent are actually looking at the statistics, many of them, especially NFL, I believe it's a 2-year shelf life for most of the professional athletes that step into the NFL stage. That's a sad but real number. So whatever the contract is that first year, likely lower the second year because most people get pumped up their first year going into the league, and then the league quickly realizes they're not capable of achieving everything that in college they were able to achieve. But it is what it is, guys. Health is an asset, and that is something that they long-term look at. And then finances. Most professional athletes become broke within a very short period of time after leaving whatever professional sports organization that they're affiliated with. Most professional artists, dancers, singers, celebrities in general, they same thing. No one teaches them how to long-term financially think, how to long-term relationally think, the repercussions of what's going to happen with all the money and fame that they achieve. And a couple of these A-list celebrities that I have trained, I have been in their homes when relational stuff goes down. And it's sad for me to see. And not that everybody has problems. Everybody has relational issues that they deal with individually and with their families, no matter how good the marriage, no matter how good the relationship with the children are. But one thing that I've noticed is that money and success and fame really plays no role in that. Money can destroy people just as easily as being poor can. Even though that's not a fun thing to hear in today's society, especially to the uber masculine culture and society that's probably watching this video, because that's the type of target market that I personally have a passion to speak to. And that's going to the last thing. Money and fame does not satisfy. I'm a Christian through and through. I'm not even close to perfect, never will be. But that is the moral basis at which I live my life. And I know that's the only thing that's holding my wife and I's marriage together. And not that we're in shambles, but it's just a reality that if we have something else to live for, it gets us out of the reality of the day-to-day suffering of the world that we live in, because every human, famous, wealthy, poor, not famous, will experience suffering. And it's about what is bringing you through that suffering and who you're suffering with that will be able to bring you through the other side unscathed and still focused and still passionate about the things that are in front of you that you are needing to accomplish, that God has given you in your heart to fulfill in your own life. Because all of us have a calling, all of us have a passion. Some of us go the easy route, which is just doing stuff that society tells us to do. Other people, like I try to consider myself, try to go a little bit against the grain at least and push back, speak here on YouTube, speak on social media, speak to the people around us, that are flailing in life. So money does not bring happiness. So again, guys, keeping your words, saying things that you're actually going to act on is huge. Keeping your environment clean, keeping it productive, keeping it having fuel all around you, being able to propel you into new levels of success with whatever definition of success you deem you want. Prioritizing your health, because health is an asset. Understanding that planning for the long term is an essential thing. And lastly, that money and fame will not equal happiness. It can give you opportunities, and those opportunities can give you better fulfillment potentially in life, depending on where you're at along the way. But understanding that there's really one thing that's going to be the bedrock for you, which is following your passions and having faith in God along the way, guiding you through those decisions every time you fail, every time you succeed, because you will do both if you're taking risks like I am talking even into this video right now. So guys, I hope this helped you, just from giving you guys a little bit of experience. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace, y'all.